Hey everybody, this is Way to Fail back with more Civilization Beyond Earth, where you can see I've pinned myself in a little bit on top of my contemporaries here, Citadel of Freeland, deciding, you know what, there's all this wonderful planet we could found and place cities on right here. There's even a nice island right here, but no, we're going to found a place right next to you. So that's how it goes. I mean, Aeon is my second city, and I probably should have founded it on the coast as the game suggested, because now anything I found over here is going to share quite a few tiles that I'd rather not share, but that's how it goes. Other danger is that I actually parked my soldier next to a siege worm. Not good practice, especially since there is zone of control problems. Fortunately, I can embark away, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So we're just continuing on. I don't know if I want to found this city just yet, but the longer I sit here, the more I'm going to be at issue. So we'll just see. The problem is that the siege worm's right there, and that's a pretty nasty problem. So if I think what I decided is that I'm going to cut my losses, put the city over here. This does put me within reach of this. It does put me within reach of some of the floatstone. There's a ton of mountains here, so this is not going to be the best city. But I can make a coastal trade route, so that'll be good enough. Like I said, these canyons are not things that can work, but maybe I'll find some geothermal, and that'll be pretty nice. And I can move a soldier up over here maybe next turn to try and protect this area. And eventually ultrasonic fence these guys out. I don't know. So we do have growing cities. And we already know where the land is. We know what the blue on the map means. But let's go ahead and found an outpost. I'm now in negative health. I'm now losing my unique bonus. But you'll notice that negative health only is like negative 10% science, negative 10% culture. It could be way worse, to be honest. So second trade convoy. Now siege worms will eat trade convoys, and that's going to be really annoying. Maybe siege worm will eat a det blue, and I will not be so sad. But I could send a trade convoy to Freeland, but I'm not going to be sending it to Thabo. I'm going to send it up here because that's kind of what we want to do. I will be eventually trying to do some more trade, sea-based trade with my other city up there to make it work. But right now, in order to make that happen, I probably need to make a trade vessel. Is there a trade barge as well? Or a trade naval unit. There we go. Alright, so we'll put that up there. We'll actually put that ahead of multiple of these because I do want to have multiple trades for multiple cats. But we do have Megan, and there should be information up here. And I'm sorry that some of the UI is still a little bit foreign to me. But this city is actually growing very, very well right now. Which is good on the one hand. I probably do need to start making some military production because I am thinking it is going to be an early game push against Freeland to try and give myself the southern end of the continent here. And I kind of need to anyway because Citadella, Brasilia is so aggressive. But let's hear. Expedition complete. While exploring the progenitor ruins, several members of your expedition team were struck simultaneously with a powerful vision depicting the construction of a towering device larger than a city. The vision was so detailed the expedition team was able to share some secrets, granting a free level up in affinity. Now that's awesome.
You go to war with the soldiers you have. Make sure those are the soldiers you want.
Alright, see, there's his full name. Leonardo Pedro Bolivar de Alan something something. I used to know how to pronounce those things. Important thing is that we have lots of things discovered. New station, all these pop-ups at once. I kind of wish they would come in a queue. But more importantly, the free affinity, which is going to be supremacy. So explorer units get an additional expedition.
We fled Earth because it was getting worse faster than we could fix it.
So here comes the robot overlords. He still has one expedition module. Note that he used to have 0. And I believe this one will have 1 as well. So it just automatically adds it to it, which is pretty awesome. So I think this explorer just needs to start exploring up here. We'll go to the sea. And this one is just going to be... Alright, like I said, I already know where the land is. But I kind of want to go... You know, let's go towards this island first. Because nobody's there. So there's a siege worm. That siege worm is going to be a pain in the ass. And if I do lose a city, then you know what, it's for the lulz. But upgrading. Another important part of this game is upgrading units, which your soldiers can upgrade as soon as you get one affinity level. So let's see here. There's combat rovers. I have not actually... I don't know why I can't select a combat rover. to upgrade, maybe because I haven't made one yet. But if I upgrade a Marine, that gives it +4 strength, and I can get, I believe, let's see here, one of these perks, 15% when attacking, and 5% heal when not embarked. I think I will go for attacking. So we'll do that. Part of the reason is that if I'm going for Supremacy Disciples here, these guys are all about formations and using it well. So 20% when next to a friendly unit, 10% heal for adjacent units, or 30% while flanking, 8% per adjacent friendly unit. So I want these guys to hit like trucks because they don't technically have great stats on their own. So, do I have a Marine now? Yes, I do. I don't even have to take him back to go up. So he's 14 strength, and Marines will still get slaughtered by siege worms. It just has to be said. But these other guys are not nearly as much of a threat. The issue is, am I going to be able to survive this siege worm if it comes to knock on Thabo? So your habit of claiming every bit of landing spot is not going to notice. I advise you to discontinue this. I'm just going to tell him we'll settle where we please. That's fine. So you've discovered Farbase 1. Notice Farbase 1 used to be over here, but nobody traded with it. So now it's probably trolled me somewhere. No, up there. So we'll see. It's next to Fort Barca. That may not be ideal, but yeah. So Citadel's pissed that I've settled near him, but whatever. Crash satellite discovered right here, so it's saying, hey, come on home and take a look. Now here's a worker that's back to full health, and I am actually going to go ahead and go for the petroleum over here. Hopefully I don't get siege worm this time. Hopefully. And I don't think that Kraken's going to attack me, but we're going to find out, I guess. So let's see here. Let's fortify. Same hotkey. Now, I don't have ultrasonic fences here, so... And by the way, that crash satellite entirely crashed because... it's better to see in the orbital layer. Because I don't have... Oh, I still actually have something flying overhead. That's cool. I thought that would be gone by now. Oh, well. So yeah, there's the orbital layer, still going strong-ish. Getting a little bit more energy, improving some of my tiles. This forest still needs to be chopped. I still need more workers. Can I buy a worker? Probably not. Everything's pretty expensive. Alright. But I do have 2 internal trade routes. I see you've found value in alien life. Please don't keep attacking. If there's one thing that I do find a little bit unfortunate about the text dialogues in this game, it's that they... it's very samey. And I really got used to something like Alpha Centauri, where everybody really had their own personality. And it was pretty nice, but... Tier 3, okay, so... Tier 3 when any player completes a trade route, so I can get 4 food, 6 science. Yeah, we'll send you back to Adept Blue. There's not better places, and I'm not going to be sending a land trade route through there. So we'll see. And there is the same sort of economic overview. Should be trade route information as well. Just got to remember where those are. I'll find that. More important thing is that I've got to get my health back up. So we came to this planet, we brought a number of plants from Moldor. Somehow one of these plants is taking root outside of Aeon and turned invasive. If left unchecked, it can convert the local environment into a more Earth-like ecosystem. But is that a good thing? So if we contain the outbreak, that can be harmony, but we're going for purity, so right now we want to ignore it. So if this were to be more like Old Earth, we might find it easier to tame. We should let the outbreak happen. So we get 35 culture. That's just 35 culture in general, which means next turn we get another virtue. Cool. So one of your orbital units will deorbit in 5 turns. So it's nice that they give you that reminder. And Thabo is not being attacked. So let's just go ahead. We're just going to explore some of these unexplored islands to see if we can get some more ruins and stuff. So another virtue, and we'll get free virtues here. So let's get 1 energy from every basic resource. And this one's good too. 25% production towards buildings in the capital. May be more important than this. So standardized architecture is really good. And otherwise we can start moving down towards any of these. Pioneering spirit's good. We're probably going to go back to prosperity after this. But I do want a little bit of econ. So your standardized architecture is going to really help with my production. So we'll do that. And once I get 5 in industry, it's plus 10% in every city. And actually I'm almost at plus growth. Almost. So another quest decision. The invasive plant has begun to spread, eliminating other resources from the surrounding land. However, this species is shown to be a great potential crop as it grows faster and larger than it ever did on old Earth. Our scientists believe that through low-level genetic modification, plant could be made to serve as either food or energy. So, purity is for food, supremacy is for energy. We'll go with supremacy. Do I get any more experience? I thought there was a little bar that would say where the experience would go, but probably don't get to do that just yet. So I'm number 1 in score right now. That's a little hilarious to me, but we'll figure that out before too long. Alright. So, just resources and a wolf beetle. Wolf beetles can't actually swim. And there we go. Resource pod. See? Tiny little islands are nice. Friendly little islands. Now, I've seen some people wonder, like Civ 5, is this a game where you should go tall or you should go wide? And probably one of the best answers that I've seen for that is what somebody said on the Civ Fanatics forum. For those of you, let me start by saying, if those of you who do not know what tall versus wide means, is we get a free solar collector in the city of Onion, which is great. But let's go ahead. Can I actually reposition that? No, not really. That's unfortunate. Well, let's go ahead and launch it. Oh, I can actually launch it to go over Megan as well. That'll give me a lot more. But what tiles do I want? Because these central tiles are the ones that are being worked. But I think I'll put it... The problem is the way the city is laid out. Is that I'm not going to get a ton of stuff for it. But if I put it over my capital, at least if I put it right here, those 3 tiles are definitely being worked. Because I did have another satellite kind of crash and burn. Now I need to start micromanaging right here because we do not want our 1 food tiles being worked. But we don't actually have a lot of choice. I've got to get more workers. It's always like, what do I need to do? Worker. Okay, I so miss some of my Civ mods that'll let me just drag these things up. We need workers. Workers are dying. You need workers way more in this game than you do in Civ 5, which is a kind of funny, interesting thing. But we do have petroleum that we can get, so let's start there. And petroleum well. And this will give petroleum resources to global quantity. And I can't actually launch that there because there's already something here. Let's just launch it over on you. This city is growing fast enough that I have it on custom focus right now, I guess, for this city. Yeah, these are all... I can't complain too much about what's being worked because there's not a lot of choices, but I do need to get a vivarium in there before long, so let's go ahead and add to the queue. Oh, I don't actually have the tech for vivarium just yet. Alright. Well, let's get a cryo nursery. Oh, well, +1 food from marsh. I don't think there's any marshes here, so that's not a great one. Laboratory doesn't have other requirements. Let's get a pharma lab in here. A recycler first. And maybe or 2 explorers going to be enough. Maybe another worker. Let's get I think the worker's a little higher priority because I can at least tell myself I'm going to move him through the alien mass. I still don't know where that 1 siege worm is. But I'm going to go for that resource pod. Gonna see if we can make that work. And unfortunately I did found the city in a way that took me away from the titanium, so I really need to go back to City Planning 101, I think. We'll see if oh! Hello, Brasilia. We'll just wait this turn, which should be spacebar still. So Brasilia is, or that's not Brasilia, that's Polystralia. Why are all the green civs gotta be next to me? So, fielding's become a nuisance. I don't really care about your war, but it's interesting that you both want to go to war. Good God, y'all. As from the looks of it, I think someone founded a second city.
Only one of his kind on the new planet. His howl echoed through the rifts and off the distant hills.
Alright, so ecology, Meismic repulsor, vivarium, which is what I was just saying, an ultrasonic fence. So Meismic repulsor will actually remove Meisma. So we do have Brasilia, and I do think, yeah, we have, oh wow, so guess who's getting forward settled, and it looks like somebody wants all that xenomass. So that's another good reason to take free land to try and take care of that peninsula. Carvost is... He's got another city up there, but he looks a little stuck. So we'll see. I don't think I'm going to get too much more off of this island, unfortunately, other than maybe siege-warmed. We'll see if I can get you guys to move just a little bit further. Resource pod. 70 energy. Cool. Good stuff. So next turn. And now we're going for robotics. Robotics gives us all kinds of things. It actually gives us our first air unit. And there's probably some sub-leaf techs that I could get a little bit faster than robotics, but I really want to be able to get a Firaxite mine, and I'd really like to be able to get an auto plant for my supremacy quest. So that's why we're doing that. I could go for computing and start getting some of that. Probably geophysics after this, just to get a geothermal. Reveal that on the resources here. Power systems. Doesn't make much sense to get that beforehand. So we're just kind of going down the techs in one way or another, just to see how this goes. Kind of see what works, what doesn't, what sticks, what doesn't. But I think robotics is the smart way to go. Then maybe we can go for computing, because I do want to start some covert ops before too long. But right now we are still very much in the exploring stage, and I actually found an alien skeleton. That may not do me a lot of good, but I will do the expedition anyway. Resource pod. 40 energy. Alright, not bad. As we have perfectly settleable land over here that the AI just decided, whatever. We're not going to bother with that. And like I said, I told myself I'd stop moving 2 tiles at a time, but so do I want to... Oh, wow. See, this is the difference here. Is that this is a Manticore, it's a ranged unit, but... It's on, even with a 25% terrain modifier, I can still obliterate it with my Marines. So I'm going to start trying to mow the lawn a little bit here. So there we go. Go, Marines, go. I shot some aliens, that's right. And what do we have as well? An alien that is within range. Now, I don't really want to piss this guy off too much because I am working on a petroleum well. But if I am going to be mowing the lawn a little bit, I might as well just shoot at these guys. Soften them up and get my worker out of the way. So we will sleep this turn, or at least skip the turn. So, after many... Wow, really? That took... Oh, I get it. After many fruitless months excavating the alien skeleton, an alien life form approach from the wild is called, and the alien life form is going to be stuck there. So I have a raptor bug. I'll tell you what happened there is that how do I put this? As much as I want to be able to get this guy off here, you cannot actually embark these things, so I may actually ditch this unit. But I have to send this guy back to one of my bases to get him refreshed. But it looks like somebody else was doing an expedition there and then got chased off or killed by a siege worm. So I got to steal it. But since alien skeletons can sometimes have really good things and sometimes they don't. Let's see here. You guys, you can't actually do anything. I can just go ahead and sacrifice him. Maybe, but... So, see, they healed in the miasma, but I'm still going to be able to chase them down. More combat animations. Go, go, go. Just one improvement in your affinity makes these aliens a lot less of a threat. Now, shooting a few of them, notice they're still green at me. They're not going to be coming after me right now. So, if I get too close to one of their nests, they'll still be aggressive, but... I may just try and sneak my way around over here. So work has begun on a worker. That's good. And veterancy gained. So you get promotions like before. You can auto heal, or you can get discipline, which is permanent 10 strength, and combat, which is what we want to do here. So it doesn't look like the siege worm is around here right now for whatever reason. So let's go ahead and put you back over here. I need to start thinking about free land. We do have another worker, which is fantastic. And right now, unfortunately, there's not a lot of great workable tiles at Thebo unless I buy the copper that's right there. So what we need to do is start working this city. Alright, so this wolf beetle is not going to do me any good other than exploring this island, so I might as well get that finished. Alright, so I founded another city. Hooray! Is it a good city? Not really, but it's mine. So we'll make that happen. Alright, so back to the petroleum well. 3 more turns. Fortifying the city. Same hotkey. Alright, so Thabo. What do we want? We want to choose Old Earth Relic. We want to... I can't actually purchase a trade vessel. But we do want to get a trade depot. It's like your Oh! I accidentally purchased a trade depot. Whoops! Well, there we go. You know what? Let's just, in that case, make a Old Earth Relic trade vessel. Because there's 2 trade routes per city. At least that's how it was before. Alright, so it'll be going for Faraxite first, which is okay. Not awesome, but okay. More important thing is getting a trade route with the capital down here, Megan. As long as I can keep getting that, I'll be in good shape. So let's go through the darkness of the ocean. See what there is to see on the broad horizons. City connection established, so that's because we can already embark and cooperation agreement has expired. So when you have the same city connection, you still get some benefits here. What are those benefits? That's a good question. They're usually actually calculated up here. But right now we do have -7 health, so we've really got to work on that health first. We got to. We're not going to be building another city until we can get our health going. And yeah, that needs to happen first. Alright, so clinics are good. Workers good. Add to queue. Pharma lab's good. Cryo nursery's not as good. So yeah, I want positive health with this group, but I'm not apparently doing a very good job. Because I did overexpand just a little bit, and my cities grow, so 12 from cities, but I do, if I keep going down the prosperity tree, we will get some virtues that will help with health. That'll include mind over matter, that'll include this bottom one, although that's a long way away. But yeah, we're just going to have to be mindful that we do need to watch our health. And I may settle another city over here. Although, once again, not the best terrain. Good job actually choosing the Arctic to set in. I'll just make it work. Doing better than Freeland, I think. If that counts for something. Alright, so 16 turns till robotics. As we have just some more happy little wolf beetles doing their own happy little thing. And now you're done. So let's go ahead and just disable this, delete this unit. As fun as it is to have a little alien roving around, I cannot actually embark them. So, bye-bye. Okay, look who's touching borders now. San Andreo and Freeland. So I'm going to need to watch their fight. Maybe I can actually get Brasilia to go to war.
Bienvenido.
Oh, expansion has worried several of officials, so that's okay. Now, can we get you to declare war on Palestrela? You want 15 energy per turn? Nope. Alright, so I don't have a lot that he necessarily wants. What about Freeland? Go on. Who you thinks I'm neutral?
Tell me.
Will you declare war on Brasilia? No.
I cannot agree.
Alright, so these guys are chumps. Wusses even. But we do have Karabast up here doing its thing. All by himself, all by his lonesome. That could get dangerous later on. Alright, so what are we going to do here? We do have another petroleum well that we could try and use, but I think I'm going to... Well, let's see. I actually have to... Oh, that's option to clear the miasma. Let's go and build a paddock instead. So we're going to need some health. And I want to try and flip this around just a little bit. So not a lot I can do for you. Fortunately, these guys still aren't attacking me just yet. So let's see here. That worker's done. Let's go ahead and get some more petroleum. Oh, so petroleum actually has maintenance of minus health. Interesting. Okay, well. We do have 3 petroleum. And petroleum is used. I can actually start building some seismic repulsors. But right now I feel like I got to get my econ together inside here. And is that... I guess part of what I wonder is what's that econ going to look like? Is it going to kind of reflect the fact that I need to get some of my orbital stuff together? Doesn't need to, am I going to be going for more of a war economy? There we go. So there's another alien nest. Glad I dodged that. Looks like there's probably an alien nest there too, so I'll just go around the south side. Now you can detect all the alien nests from the start, if that's something you want to do. Let's see, I did get 3 cities pretty much in a hurry here. But let's see, we have one more expedition, and this is a crashed satellite. And this explorer has 0 expeditions, so we'll just go ahead and go. That wasn't good. So trade convoy. Now there doesn't appear to be aliens in the way, and I do want to use some naval trade routes. So let's go ahead and change the origin city. Both of these have 2 trade routes available. Let's send this to Ion. We'll do that next turn, because internal trade routes pretty important for early growth, if you have not seen already. Maybe I can send these together each other. Oh, actually, no, that doesn't give me anything. Alright, well, this will still be good. But note that I have to actually be able to go through... The trade routes will not let you go through Miasma, because you saw those kind of, just for a second, all those tiles that said, nope, you can't do that. You have to be able to see where you're going and have to not be blocked by Miasma. Kind of your 2 requirements, which means if I put something down here, that could have been an issue. Yeah, we're just going to try and get our internal trade going. We're at turn 74. Things are not too bad right now. But I'll probably just do another turn or 2 and probably call this an episode as well, because right now, health is my #1 priority. How am I doing? Not very good. But we will carry on. My economy's better, which is great. And I could actually get a seismic repulsor up. And that's not terrible, but I think I want... Since there's so much desert here, I probably do want a vivarium first. So we'll get that. Recycler, Pharma Lab. I got so much in the queue here. Thabo... What do you got? 2 trade vessels, and then we need a clinic. We need a pharma lab. We need a recycler first for that. So clinic will be good. Just trying to inch that health back up just a little bit. Not getting a lot from virtues. Losing a little bit from number of cities. And then I think after I get some of this stuff set up, I will need to start focusing on military, because best first move is probably to take out Freeland. It's a little weak. Citadel is the bigger threat, though. It's a little bit of a mixed question, but I will be getting some Firaxite soon. I may want to wait and do a timing push where if I can get my supremacy high enough to where I can get my virtue or get my affinity based units before they can, that could be a really good thing here. But I think the best route to go right now is going to be to try and go for more health. And a lot of the really good health ones are down here. So we'll want to do that. So let's go ahead and start. I don't really care as much about border expansion. If I can beeline down here, that'd be awesome. And if I get another virtue here, it should be what? 10% growth in every city, so that offsets some of the penalty I'm getting for my lack of health. Notice that, or actually I'm not getting any growth penalties at all. It's just research and stuff. Let's see if we can go around the southern border pretty well. And I think this is probably going to be a good time for me to call this episode. So not a ton of action, but it still is early in the game. And right now my bigger deal is just trying to, I don't want to say survive, but Because the aliens aren't doing too much to me. The AI is not doing too much to me. A unit was killed. Oh, whoops. And there's something that I didn't do a very good job on. When that guy's standing in Miasma and I'm actually doing the work there, I need to do a much better job of saying, oh, by the way, this guy that's all the way over here died because it was in Miasma. I've seen some people suggest, hey, maybe you should put up a warning. Oh, your unit's about to die of Miasma. And I thought when I was reading it, whatever, but I think that isn't a terrible idea. So yeah, let's work together again. That's fine. You're the other kind of power on the other side of the continent here. So we have more petroleum, so we're going to have more health concerns now. And floatstone. Can I build a floatstone quarry? Probably not. Let's check. And then we're going to call this floatstone quarry requires terraforming. Yeah, definitely don't have that yet. But we're going to call this an episode. That's it for now. This is Way to Fail with more Civilization Beyond Earth, where my territory is kind of squeezed in, and there's a lot to the west I can try to get. This is actually a pretty good island if I can get my foot on it, but there's a lot of aliens there as well. Unfortunately, not a lot of Firaxite, but I have kind of found the Firaxite that I can early on. So hopefully my borders will expand enough to even get this one as well, but 6 Firaxite will maybe get me started. I may just have to try and steamroll the AI, but that's civilization for you, isn't it? Hope you enjoyed it. That's it. Feel free to just leave a like or leave comments, feedback, anything like that. Otherwise, I will see you all next time.